I'm really curious if this thing's gonna start. I haven't been home for a month. Yes! All right, I usually start my day with editing, and I'm about to hop in my car and go get me some breakfast downtown Crawfordsville, because that's where I live, Crawfordsville, Indiana. Got a little track here. Whoops. It's all right. Grass is slick. Now it's time to go. Alright, so silly season is upon us. And what that means is a lot of the rides are changing, drivers are changing, and man, I've had a busy month, and I got a lot to talk about. So we're gonna get back to the shop. I gotta put a motor in the car, and I got some work to do today, but I thought I would talk about some of the things that have just happened. We just lost Dazen Pursley, Brady Bacon to wing racing. Corey Day going NASCAR racing. Who's going to replace that car? Silly season, okay? And we got some changes going on. Seeing that Bacon is pulling off the USAC Tour and going full high limits racing. Also, Dazen Pursley, who's running, I'm pretty sure, non-wing midget and the Silver Crown car. He's got a ride. He's going to the 13 car, which leaves Justin Peck out of ride, but no, he's going to the 5 car, which is Spencer Baston's ride, but Spencer's going to the 14 car, which is Corey Day's ride, and Corey's going to the NASCAR land, you know? So who's going to replace Dazen? What's going to happen with USAC with, you know, Brady leaving? He's one of the stars. I mean, one of the top 3 guys every single year. And that just leaves a little bit more room for some up and comers in my eyes. You know, like that's how this thing rolls. You know, if you're patient and just wait, you know, your time will come. If you're just a local driver and all of a sudden, you know, this 21 ride opens up and guys like Rylan Gray or Ricky Lewis, you know, potentially might catch a ride for the USAC Tour and not be local guys anymore. They're onto the road running full time, you know. Well, that leaves Chad Boat's ride open, and that's one of the premier midget rides in the country. I think Dazen's leading the points, you know. So this is big news. And why are they going wing racing? Well, going to the racetrack, racing a non-wing sprint car will wear on you because that thing's trying to kill you all the time. You don't have any aero keeping the car on the ground. Like when that thing's pulling wheelies, that's when it's good, but it's also on the verge of destroying itself and trying to kill you. Okay, so I feel like a little bit of that is kind of going around because when you get in the wing car is just locked down and it's not trying to flip over. Maybe it is trying to kill you a little bit, but not in the same sense of like in the non-wing car. If you make a mistake, typically you bang the curb harder or jump the curb and end up in the fluff. Well, you're already at the limit of the car, and a lot of times that turns into a broken collarbone or getting upside down and destroying the race car, and that hurts. Let me tell you, that hurts, okay? But wing racing's dangerous too. That's not what I'm trying to say. What about me? I'm going to go run the midget with Tim. That's my plans as I'm hoping, you know, but Tim doesn't want to run a full schedule. He likes to just let me pick and choose because Tim is amazing, and driving for Tim, you know, we've kind of had a tough year this year, but I'm still winning every night I go to the racetrack because I'm racing with my friends, Chuck and Tim, and it's just such an enjoyable thing going to the racetrack. And, you know, we're R&D and a midget motor, and I think that midget motor is going to do big things in our sport in years to come, and I'm like helping with that, you know. So, you know, I'm not going to say pioneer, but I'm helping, you know, our sport building this midget motor with Tim, and I'm not building it. I'm over here tooling around while Tim's working on his stuff and dynoing cars today. He's got a micro, I'm sure. But yeah, like I got to go run this guy's. I've been working on wing rides, and you asked like, why am I not going to these outlaw races? Why am I not at the high limit races? Like, well, Don, he's got a local car out of Michigan, and we're working on it. We hurt that motor, and he's picking up some heads from one way, and I'm told they're 283-5s, which is like what you want. Okay, that's the 900 horse motor that you're looking for, and even a little bit of drivability in there because they seem to be kind of drivable. But so getting a new motor with Don, I'm pumped about that. Hopefully that thing gets turned around before the beginning of the year. Driving for the 50 car, Kenny Pope. Well, they're out of Missouri. They're kind of far down, Benton, Missouri. And so like we're actually going to run it at Jacksonville this weekend, 2 nights with the Extreme Outlaw Midget. So Tim's bringing the midget. I'm getting this 26 car ready. So Corbin's going to be there. Hopefully you're there too. Come join the show. Jacksonville, Illinois is super fun, like so exciting. That track is always just elbows up. And I usually run pretty good there. We ran third there earlier in the year with the midget. I almost picked off a win a couple years ago with Don's car. So we're going with the 50 this weekend, but honestly, I don't know what they want to do and what they have planned for next year. I flew over to run that 360, and I'm getting ready to go run that again in a couple weeks. We go to, I don't even know, somewhere in Arizona, talk to those guys. Well, they run locally at Knoxville. So, potentially I can maybe go get some rides at Knoxville with those guys, which gets me experience at the sprint car capital of the world. And I'm trying to go wing racing too, and so like potentially that might be there. I don't even know. Hey, Alan, if you're watching, I don't know, maybe let me know. I'm interested in running Knoxville for sure. And the midget for sure. And, right now I'm not sure exactly what I have going on, but if you're interested in sponsoring the channel or the Dub Zero, maybe even the 50 car, depending on where you are in the country, different car might help you out. I'd love to go run some PA Posse stuff, like What's Up Kurt Michaels and the 27 car. I got some friends. I've seen Tim's is running it now, but I know he's got a busy schedule. And so, hey, Kurt, I see you got the wing car out, the Hefner 27. They got a second car. He's my buddy. And so I need to call him and just be a squeaky wheel and be like, hey, let me come run some PA stuff, please. If anything, I gas it. I got a nice little YouTube channel, so you get a nice little souvenir when you get done putting T-Mez in the car, because you get a nice video. Hopefully it's a nice video. If you guys are watching, thank you so much for clicking on it and joining the show. Yeah, a lot of things are getting ready to change because it's silly season. It's the end of the year, and when one guy gets moved to another, something happens big. And it kind of all started with Corey Day going NASCAR racing. When that ride gets popped open, guy gets filled in there, and the ride that he was in is now open, and things are changing. Dazen Persley going wing racing, that's big news. And that kid's really good. He's a gasser, and he's super fun to watch, So a lot of stuff going on. I really need to get back to working on this thing. Get the motor stuffed in this thing tonight and do a little editing. Hey, thanks for watching T-Mez TV. As always, don't forget to go like and subscribe.